You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Hello and tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check, waifu. Tell, is that you?
Yo, I think it's raining Titans.
What's up, brother?
Nothing much, bro. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. This is episode 78 of Mic Check Waifu. Brought to you by Loot Complex. Make sure you go to lootcomplex.com and use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by our Patreon producers, Monique Williams, Connor, Explicitly. Go to explicitly.com. And Treesus. Wait, I'm definitely missing one. Am I missing one? Yeah, I'm gonna go double check it. Yeah, that's coming. Connor, Explicitly, Monique Williams, and Treesus. Nope, I wasn't missing one. Perfect. Got it on the first try. It's also brought to you by Don't Talk. Make sure you go to don'ttalk.com and use that offer code waifu15 to save on your cart. Coming later. Before we start this show, we got a lot to talk about. Before we get into it, though, how you feeling?
Every day that I think about Black Friday being over is great, and then, it's just been pretty decent, pretty good. How about you, brother? How you feeling? What's new with you?
Man, old age is new with me, bro.
What?
Yes, it's a fucking crazy ass story. You won't believe what happened. Okay. I put on a shirt today. I get up, put on a shirt, put on a t-shirt. And I'm like, shit, man, my dumb ass put the t-shirt on backwards. I go to take it off, but the way I twisted my back, bro. Threw my goddamn back out just taking off a fucking shirt.
Come on, bro.
The most embarrassing shit I've ever done because it was a crazy twist. So I'm not surprised that it happened. But it was wild that happened from just taking off a shirt. Crazy.
I'm sorry.
So every time I bend my neck forward, I get the sharp pain in my back because I just
you too young to be feeling this old.
Nah, man, it's dude. If you would have saw the way I twisted, you probably would have been like, oh, okay, I get it, because it was just all fucked up. Because it was like a weird fucking motion that was like just humans can't bend that way unless you're a human that could bend that way. But it was wild, man. It didn't feel natural at all, and it had me laid out. So there I was, laid out, still in pain now. So I just got to sit with my back straight and
in that comfy ass chair, right?
I'll be all right. I think I'll be all right. But other than that, I'm excited to talk about some of this anime we watch, including our rewatch of Yu Yu Hakusho that's coming later. I hope you watched episodes 15 through 28, which I didn't realize was the end of season 1 is the start of the Dark Tournament, which is weird. I'm gonna get to that later when we talk about it, but yeah. So we're gonna be talking about that a little bit later. Of course, we're gonna be talking about Attack on Titan, Fire Force, Jujutsu Kaisen, and some other stuff that we watch. Let's go. Tell what you got for me as far as anime go.
All right, can I want to start with Akudama Drive. Let's
do it.
We know we've been watching this weekly. I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
In this show. It is very, very like beautiful, and it's compelling to watch because of how it looks.
How pretty it is, yeah. But
I just lose like interest because there's no story, right?
No through line whatsoever.
There is story, but they have no like guiding light. And I say guiding light because I play Dungeons and Dragons, and that's a spell that kind of there's no clairvoyance to the show. Yeah. There's no clear direction. It's just out there. And it's like, hey, this episode we're gonna attempt to kill this person. And this episode we're gonna make these characters sleep together because one character just feels that's what she wants to be true to herself or whatever. It's this show is not hitting hard for me. Like, I want it to be good. I really do. I really, really do. And I figured that once they gave us some more like character, like insight, like what these characters' goals are and stuff like that, that it would make things better. But like after hearing like the doctor lady's backstory, I was like, eh. I like the brother and the sister more, but it's like still, even them, their story is like, eh.
Yeah, it's the shit is diluted. It's just diluted. Let me show you some action and a little bit of violence type shit. That's all.
It's not even enough action for to feel like that's what the show is, right?
No, it's not.
Like it's they I think it's supposed to be like trying to look flashy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in this latest episode, we had Cutthroat doing his cutthroat stuff, but it didn't feel interesting at all. Almost like our main character had to take action, and it didn't feel like okay.
I didn't feel proud of her. I didn't feel excited.
I didn't feel nothing.
I felt nothing.
Like there should have been a different kind of growth, almost like. Yeah. Akudama Drive's not hitting for me. I'm sorry if y'all love the show, but it's not it for me.
No, I would say this is a disappointment, but I wasn't expecting it to be anything. But so, it met my expectations, which was just a meathead anime. And again, even the meathead portion of this is kind of boring me to tears.
Yeah,
I kind of was ready to drop it, but then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just knock it out. You know, come here. I might as well.
Because we dropped Copcraft mad soon. It was
3.
No, that's trash, bro. No, I got like 9 episodes in. I was like, this is a wrap. This is it. As soon as he started being a regular cop for 5 minutes, I was like, okay, yep, I'm done. We got to chase a vampire. Yep, I'm done.
Yeah, it was pretty whack.
Yeah,
I do feel like Akudama was like a fucking tech demo. You know what's cool about it is that every episode is named after a movie. So this most recent episode was named after The Shining. Mm-hmm. That's creative. The fact that they don't use real names is creative, I guess. But I just don't. It just makes me not care about the characters even more than I already don't.
Yeah, I guess that was the relevance to Cutthroat in this episode was the Shining thing.
Yep. But
it didn't really give like a true, like, I guess it didn't even pay like true great homage to that.
No. I mean, kind of a little bit, but it was, you're right. It just didn't. It just didn't.
It didn't land.
No, it didn't matter at all. It had no gravitas at all.
Entirely.
Yeah. You know what show I'm so glad I didn't put down?
Which one?
Not by the grace of God. The Day I Became a God.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't put that down. I would have been so mad at myself if I didn't like get to where I am right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. So the show started off with this girl who claimed to be this omniscient God who can basically predict the future, and told a guy that she met that the world is gonna end, and she's here to help him live the best of his life until the world ends in 30 days. Stuff happens, man. She helps him through all kinds of crazy situations that just feels I mean, to be honest, it feels rewarding in a sense, because it was like it almost was like a kind of a monster of the week kind of situation, to where he had certain problems and she helped him solve it by giving him like the knowledge, the know-how to solve whatever problem that they had. So for example, he joined a mahjong tournament. He never played mahjong in his life, but because she was the omniscient God, she taught him how to play mahjong almost instantly, and he ended up winning the tournament, and he ended up meeting this lady that ended up becoming a part of the crew. Long story short, her task is to just help him through life up until the world ends. Okay, this is about to be full spoilers, so if you're watching this show, or if you plan on watching this show, fast forward me about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay. So I get to episode 9, it goes in a little bit further into the show, and we figure out what the hell is going on. Actually, episode 8, we figured out what's going on a little bit more with the girl. The girl isn't a god, okay? She was actually a kid born with a disease called Logos syndrome. And Logos syndrome leave you with the inability to talk or walk. So she was born with that inability to talk or walk. Her father basically abandoned her because she was born, her mom died. He abandoned her because she was sick. He just left her with her grandfather. And yeah, like it's fucked up. And like, come to find out, her grandfather was actually a super genius, and he was a super genius trying to figure out a way to give her a life period, because she just never had one because of the disease she had. So the grandfather develops a supercomputer chip that he implants into her brain, which gives her ability to talk and walk and act like a normal person. But it also gives her ability to be omniscient, like she can basically predict the future, essentially.
Because she got a supercomputer for her brain, basically.
She got a supercomputer for a brain, which then leads to them figuring out that she's like shooting a movie with her friends now, her newly acquired friends. You see them like growing and bonding together. It's super, super wholesome. But then something happens to a point where when we discover that she has that supercomputer, I guess you can call it the top brass in this world or in Japan is like, hey, we have to get this supercomputer from her because the world is not ready for this yet. And the only way to do that is to retrieve the girl. Now that they know that the girl is the one who has the supercomputer, because these people have been looking for the supercomputer forever, for years. And they finally found it residing within this girl. And what sucks about it is that she says to the main character, she's like, okay, so I couldn't see past 30 days because the world was ending. But the world isn't ending for you and all of our friends, is ending for me. And that shit killed me. I got blown back. My jaw hit the ground. I'm like, oh, fuck. So the fucking, you can call them Men in Black. The Men in Black come and retrieve the girl, and then the episode ends and I'm fucking crushed because now I thought it was like a supernatural show, right? Well, essentially, I guess it kind of is, but no, it's even more like grounded than I initially thought, because she was always talking like, you know, I'm a god and I have this ability. So I'm thinking she's like I thought maybe she was dead or like an angel or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of thing I was thinking. But come to find out that she's just a young girl who was abandoned by her father, who couldn't, you know, talk or walk, and to find out that she has this life thanks to her grandfather, and now it's about to be taken away from her again, killed me. And the way the way the character growth is progression throughout the show, that don't even the first thing that cross your mind. And then when it does, it hits you like a fucking freight truck. It's so good. Like the show is really good, because at first I'm like, you know what, this is just another one of those wholesome shows, and I guess until the world ends. So we got 7 days until the world ends. We got 3 days until the world ends. And just going through that motion was like, oh man, this is cool, man. Nice wholesome game. And then bow, they drop this missile on you, and it blows. It blows, and I'm like, shit, man, this is a fantastic show. I can't wait to see how it ends. It's a very pretty show too, animation wise, gorgeous. Yeah,
we're gonna find out she not as omniscient as she thought she was.
Exactly.
Which I'm okay with that, you know, because then we find out that, like, you know, our hero or our character can stay alive a little bit longer than we expected.
Man, dude, the main character was finally like confessing like how much they appreciate her, because she just made their summer great. Like she made their summer fantastic. And he's like, yo, I just want to tell you, we all love you. We all want you to stay with us. We don't want you to go anywhere. And she's like, well,
how'd she make their summer great though? What'd she do?
All the little stuff I was telling you about, like the you know, the little games and situations she's helped them through. Like I said, it's kind of like a monster of the week situation thing.
She was just solving the scenario.
Exactly.
Helping almost like Conan.
It almost exactly. Conan. Yeah, but a lot more playful and silly. But it had me laughing. It had me liking the characters, and then that happened. I was stuck. I'm like, God damn, that sucks.
Oh goodness. Speaking of what sucks, I'm caught up on Higurashi, and I'm not gonna spoil anything, obviously, but I'm about to give my new theory this week, right?
Let's go. I'm ready.
So, what my new theory is for Higurashi is the fact that I think that the boy is experiencing how every character in this show has died. I could be wrong, but it seems like every scenario is centered around a different character in the show. And it kind of shows like a build up to when that character is either killed or something happens around that character, right? So I feel like he's living out different stories that pertain to those characters. I am just overall confused as well. But it's like, I like how it feels like a slice of life show.
Yeah.
But there's always the fact that it's not.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on. I think I know what's going on, but I am not sure at all.
Yeah.
Cause
it's a great show in that aspect.
It's like, what's really happening here? What's happening here? Like, it's not that the show is bad in any way, shape, or form.
No.
I just don't actually know what's happening.
It's all about that hint I gave you last time, man.
Well, so I was looking this entire new episode, and I'm like, okay, let's look for the calendar. And this new episode, like, it didn't have any kind of calendar in there. I feel like I didn't see a reference to even time.
Was it the end of the last episode that it referenced the calendar before this one? I think probably. So. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. So it's all about that. So
yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled.
I'm just.
You're doing a fantastic job. I just want to say that. Not gonna say if you're right or if you're wrong or if you're close. If you're not, you're just doing a fantastic job, because the thoughts that you're having on the show shows me that you're paying attention. Like, you are paying attention.
Yeah.
But it ain't.
It ain't that.
No, it ain't, because it ain't that. It ain't as obvious, or it's not obvious. It's so ambiguous that it's just like, wow, until it all comes together. And when it all comes together, I'm like, wow, kind of situation. I'm glad to hear your thoughts on it, though. Every time it's fantastic. Well, speaking of your thoughts, what about noblesse?
This is probably my favorite episode of Noblesse so far.
Okay.
And I say it because it wasn't like an action-packed episode, but it was that episode that gave us more backstory on Razel, right? So like, it was really dope because we see that he's actually treated like a god amongst the nobles, right? He is the strongest noble, as we already knew. And the other nobles recognize him as that. But his destiny is to be alone, essentially, because of his power, and his goal is just to protect the nobles. Now we end up seeing his servant, or his underling, Frankenstein, is essentially what he's doing is Frankenstein's just a regular human who is out here killing nobles.
Oh shit.
That from power that he was able to research and steal. So he found the power of like nobles, essentially, and was able to kill several of them by himself. And they sent the big dogs after Frankenstein. And they sent the big dogs after him. And he was pretty okay at fending them off until like his power went berserk, because it's not normally his power. So it goes berserk. He gets like this all black, like black and purple cloak that surrounds him like lightning, and he loses his control over power. It doesn't make him stronger. He just goes on a rampage. I think he is stronger, but he's not he's not as good at fighting, so he gets overwhelmed easily when he's in that berserker mode. But we see that Razel chooses to befriend Frankenstein,
right?
Even though Frankenstein was attempting to kill the nobles, and what Razel is supposed to do is defend the nobles. That's his overall job. He is the protector of the nobles, and he befriends Razel and makes a blood pact with him, making Razel his permanent, like lifelong servant. Like
so that was when I saw the few minutes that I did see of what's it called coming out that casket, and then Frankenstein being right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, we see that Razel is basically being pursued by the nobles and the head of the nobles, but they don't have the power to take him down. But I'm assuming they're going to try and jump him because that's the only way y'all go. This man's a whole monster, like a whole ass beast. When Frankenstein was unleashing the force of his dark spear, which is his berserk power, it's his strongest move, and everyone else had backed up because they
already knew what's up. Yeah.
But Razel walked up and was like, "Okay, I need you to calm down, bro." And he wasn't calming down, so he came at him with the dark spear and went to hit Razel. Frankenstein went to hit Razel, and Razel just like, boop. Stop that, bro. Calm down.
Enough of that.
And then explosion, and it's over. Frankenstein wake up in the bed. Razel staring out his window as normal, like ain't nothing happened.
Like just chilling.
Yeah, but he did have to use an amount, like a bunch of power, because it shows that he like coughed up blood afterwards. Just like it was like a day later, but he still coughed up blood because he had too much power. But I don't know. The show, I feel like there's just details you got to kind of watch in the show. But Razel, I'm liking him because he's overpowered, but he's trying to live a regular life. He has been neglected normal human things like friends and family and experiences. All he's ever done is stare out of a window. And Frankenstein was the first person to actually spend time with him. And now he's getting to go to school, be around kids and people in general, even though he's thousands of years old.
Yeah, like socially awkward.
Yeah, but he's exactly that, socially awkward, just powerful. And he just wants to experience life, and he's getting that chance now. Yeah. And I kind of, that's the part I like the most about it, is seeing someone who never had a chance to experience like just life in general, getting to experience it.
True. Yeah. Still not my shit though. What episode did I say this was? I don't even remember.
78.
Okay. It is 78. Okay. I did say that. Did I say that? I thought I said 76, but it's 78.
No, you did not say 76.
Cool. Thank you for keeping me honest. I do got another anime I want to talk about. Before we do that though, let's slide into a couple of questions. Okay. One from Scuba Steve and one from Abe. Uh-oh. Scuba Steve says, "What superpower y'all getting on the 21st?"
Do you know what that came from?
Mm-mm.
Apparently, the universe is supposed to realign itself.
Oh yeah, no, I did see that.
And the superior race, the black people, are supposed to get superpowers on the 21st. Look, all I'm saying is the universe better run me my powers. They better run me my powers if that's the case. And I don't care what power I get. I just better not get no trash. I really just want like the power to hide in the shadows or something like that. So that's the power I want. I want to be able to dip off in the shadows and teleport into a shadow over there, even though I was over here. Something like that. I ain't got to have nothing super powerful.
And like I tweeted in response to that black anime tweet, I'm just be All Might. That's it. I'm just be All Might.
You gonna take the blow to the gut too?
No, see what he did is his own personal issue. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't got nothing to do with his power.
No, yeah, I'm me and he him. But
okay, and you gonna be passing the power on?
Nah,
you gonna let it die with you?
It die with me.
That's grimy.
Yeah,
you're supposed to be the symbol of peace. He gonna take the power with him.
Yep.
Y'all hear that?
I'm a symbol. I'm a symbol of polo.
Polo gonna use that power for asset protection.
I'm gonna use that power for me.
No, look. I'm sorry. Look,
my back.
high key. If you had that power, I just need to see you throw somebody out of the store one time.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Like
I won't even be working there anymore.
Not even a hand, just a pinky, just flick. No, you got to do it one time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So who gonna stop you?
Nobody. All
right. Who stopped All-Might? Nobody.
I'm throwing the whole store. And then Abe asked, "You're an anime studio," and then we already answered the question, but choose a sport you will animate.
All right. Last time I said dodgeball.
Last time I said football, and I'm gonna stick to it.
This time I'm gonna say let's animate something ridiculous. Let's animate gymnastics. Or no, let's animate the Olympics. Just the whole ass Olympics, bro.
The whole Olympics, okay. Give me your working title.
The title for it. Damn, let's see. We're gonna say something like Olympic hold on, wait, I got you. Olympic Showcase is just what it's gonna be called.
Olympic Showcase, okay. Mine is gonna be called First and Goal.
Easy.
Choose the position of your main character. What part of the Olympics is your main character going to participate in?
My main character is going to be all around. He's going to be track and field, and javelin. There we go.
Okay. My main character's position is going to be quarterback, but there's going to be 4 main characters. There's going to be quarterback. It's going to be obviously a running back, and there's going to be 2 wide receivers that are the main group. The rest are going to be side characters that are going to be a part of it, but those are the main ones we're going to follow. What is the climax for the first season of the anime?
America versus Russia in Winter Olympics.
Interesting. A terrible school brought together by that very confident quarterback who takes them to their championship game.
It's college? Of course it's got to be college. College football is the best football.
Yeah. Or university, as they call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be it. I'm going to write that down.
you about to get an animator right now. Polo about to get this First and Goal animated.
First and Goal. All right. I think that's it for the questions. Let's go to the anime. Now, an anime I want to talk about. What is it? Oh. I don't know. Never mind.
Oh, you don't want to talk about the show yet?
No, I don't want to talk about the show yet. I'll save it for next week. No, you know what? I'm gonna talk about it now. Fuck it. All right, our last crusade, man. This episode, just like I thought, they were gonna throw hands.
Got active.
It got active, man. It got active. He threw hands with the demon, and he's literally called a demon in the show. He's not any type of demon level villain at all. But he threw hands with him, and it was dope, man. I just love the characters in this show a lot more than I ever expected to. Did you watch this recent episode?
Nope, I'm still 1 episode behind.
Damn, you didn't get to see him throw hands. Okay, it was pretty sweet though, especially with the way the world is set up with the astral powers and the I guess the regularness of the empire, and to see this fucking just, it's almost Code Geass like kind of planning going on in the background between the empire and the astral and the astro fucking people.
Mages.
Yeah, the astro mages behind the scenes versus what's going on in the forefront. What's going on in the forefront has nothing to do with going on behind the scenes. Well, slightly. What's going on behind the scenes, but I'm starting to think that storytelling is my favorite, man. Because it's just crazy. Like in the forefront, you got the princess and you got the swordsman of the empire, the black swordsman of the empire. They're literally has this awkward relationship between them being rivals, but also kind of love at first sight. And it's super intriguing. But behind the scenes, you got the leaders of the empire doing some fucking scandalous shit.
Right.
That is just not good for either side to be doing. Like the empire is really trying to take shit over, but that's the side that our main character is on. So like, who do you root for in this situation? Like, I don't know. It's so ambiguous that I just enjoy the intrigue of the diplomats behind everything that's going on in the background. It's so much fun. I wish I was binging this instead.
You don't think our main character is gonna switch sides?
No, I think what's gonna happen is that both Alice and him are going to be on the same side versus everybody else, essentially. Because Nameless is Nameless is a monster. So if you're not watching that show, I think you should check it out. Our Last Crusade. But wait till it's done, because I don't think you can appreciate it if you're watching it week to week. Because
you appreciate it?
Yeah, I did, but I don't think a lot of people will. Only because I could stick with stuff, and that's like we talked about on Rob J question a long time ago. Like I could stick with stuff all the way through, if I want to.
Yeah. And
this was one out that I wanted to. If you're just watching this week to week and you give the 3 episode rule, you'd be like, okay, what the fuck is this? Nothing happening, and you will give up. And that's just, I don't think that's the way to go for this particular show.
Yeah. I gotta agree with you. I mean, I've been enjoying what I've watched, so like, I'm just an episode behind, so I'm not caught all the way up. But
it's bingeable.
It's literally 3 more episodes left.
Yep. Damn. It's only 3 episodes left. That upsets me.
I mean, if it's good enough to upset you because there's only 3 episodes left, that's dope. But you said Nameless? The invisible dude?
Yeah, man.
He doing some off the wall stuff?
Well, you gotta watch it. Not necessarily off the wall, but it's like, man, it's so much other shit just happening that you're like, damn, it's crazy. You know? It's crazy.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm gonna have to go ahead and catch up. But I'll be caught up next week because I was like 3 episodes behind before.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you definitely keeping up with it. You want to slide to the UU talk?
Let's do it.
Cue the music. All right, so Yu Yu Hakusho, the rewatch from Mic Check Waifu. Man, this week we watched season 1, episodes 15 through 28, which again I still think is just perfect, because to be honest, it's hard to watch this like binging. To be honest, like I'm struggling.
Are you?
Yeah, a little bit. And let me tell you why. So before y'all jump down my throat, Twitter. The reason why I say this is because it holds up. It's kind of harsh. Especially coming from what I've been watching, like Fire Force and Jujutsu Kaisen. Like I would go from that to right to this, and I'd be like, oh shit. I'm like, oh shit. Like this is, as far as the storytelling goes, this is kind of rough. Because I'm gonna say this now. Shout out to Knox. Knox says, I asked, what did people think of this particular portion of the show? And Knox said that the Saint Beast, and he gave it a 7.5 out of 8. I wouldn't go there. The Saint Beast was probably the worst part about this whole watch back, because not once did I feel like our main characters was threatened in any way by the Saint Beast. Like even when he got to the top of the fucking Saint Beast Tower to fight the number one Saint Beast dude. The whole time, even though he partially was getting his ass whooped, wasn't worried, wasn't threatened by that guy at all. Like I'm just like, all right, you know, I was more threatened by the big cat, and I wasn't even that threatened by him either.
Yeah, and they literally just overfed him basically, and then pushed him to lava. Even when they like went to dude's mansion, to get that Yukina, and like I didn't really feel like they were threatened that entire time either.
Right.
And they made short work of even like the baddest dude who was supposed to be there.
Right.
Made short work of him real quick. But obviously we know the Dark Tournament is coming, so we know what's coming next for that. But it's like, as of right now, I feel no threat. Now, I did like that they did a little bit of a training session. Like, even though it was 2 months of training.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't forgot that was even a thing. Yeah, we didn't see the 2 months of training, but we know that it happened. Yeah. I'm okay with that, like, as long as we know the training happened. And the fact they tried to cover up Genkai, like, we don't know that's Genkai. Right. Like, I can imagine being a kid, like, when I was a kid watching this show.
I remember that part.
That's definitely Genkai, bro. Like, it's literally the same clothes, just with a white towel over the face.
It was silly.
But here's the thing, though, is that I'm enjoying the show for what it is. I feel like if I put it in retrospect to like the show that came out around the same time, like it's hard to imagine something that came out in 1995 that's like better than this by like leaps and bounds. Might be slightly better, might have some like good points or something like that. But I can't imagine something being like much significantly better than this by leaps and bounds. Like, because Dragon Ball didn't have, like, Dragon Ball storytelling wasn't this good.
Evangelion killed this storytelling.
That's different, though.
Yeah, but no, I don't think anything else did, though. Dragon Ball definitely didn't. You're right about that. Yeah, the rest of this is just like, you got Mobile Suit Gundam Wing.
Yeah, well, Gundam is also that's a classic.
Yeah, I just don't see anything here in this list that even comes close. I mean, I love the characters. I absolutely love the characters. I don't know if you're watching this sub or dub, but I fucking love this dub, dude.
I'm watching the dub. I haven't watched any of the episodes subbed, actually.
Yeah, I tried to watch sub. Sub was awful to me. I cannot do sub at all for this one. Okay. But the shit is hilarious. Like, Yusuke's jokes fucking hit. It hit so well.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually. Oh wait, this came out in 1982. It ended in 1995. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. I just realized that this anime is almost older than me. Holy shit. All right, but no. The point I was gonna get to though is that, like, you're right. The characters aren't necessarily bad. No. The only character I don't really actually like is Koenma.
Really?
He like don't Koenma. Do shit.
Yeah, he's chill. And I mean, when he does his Rose fucking thing,
that's
Kurama. Sorry, I thought you said Kurama. Koenma with the fucking baby.
The pacifier, yeah.
Yeah, nah, you're right. I can't stand him either. Right,
I'm not a fan of Koenma.
Actually annoying, to be honest.
But, like, I feel like majority of the other characters, like, at least on our side, I really liked.
Botan.
Yeah, like, Botan, interesting. Or at least she's fun.
Yeah.
Yukina, I liked Yukina. Hiei, he's like a Sasuke, but, like, I guess less emotional.
Let's rewind a little bit. So when they were going,
I guess Sasuke be more like Hiei.
Yeah, when they were going to the Saint Beast Slayer in the castle, and Kurama said something about that means he's becoming your friend or something like that, or he's starting to like you or something like that. Did that feel earned at all? No. Okay. All right. We on the same page there then, because I'm like, yo, y'all barely even talked throughout this whole thing. Like,
that thing was so put together, bro.
It was like, weird, bro. It was weird.
I don't mean to say it like and make it like, because I'm not trying to shit on Yu Yu Hakusho.
We're just keeping it real.
But you're keeping it real. Like, they just threw them together in that same beast trial. Kurama, I understand. Hiei literally tried to kill Yu a month ago, or tried to kill like Yusuke literally a month ago. I mean, so to me,
to give it a little bit more credit though, they did say that this was to lighten their sentence. So because they were locked up, I guess. I don't know what's going on in this.
This is a demon.
It's a lot.
Knows that you can get in trouble for killing humans, and still was like, I'ma steal legendary artifacts and still attempt to kill you.
Yeah.
He should have been locked up from the artifacts alone, but then he tried to kill a human and failed at it at that, first of all.
Yeah.
That's where things go wrong. How do you fail at killing a human as your only job? Now, I do like Hiei more as like those little instances, like kind of further. Once they actually have spent time together and you would assume that they're friends now. I like that better.
Like, again, the characters are likable. I like them. I don't, there's no, for me, Yu is starting to feel a lot like with what I thought of Hunter, right? Moments. There's a bunch of moments that are fantastic. But then I'm like, what? The structure of it, kind of like, last time I was like, I'm kind of okay with them skipping the walks and the shit like that. And I still am. I'm still okay with that.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to feel like shit is just, it's happening. It's like.
Well, that's how I feel about Akudama Drive. But here's the thing, right? Like, I know people won't probably call cap on this, but like the Chimera Ant arc, great arc in anime, but it literally is just an arc of moments.
Yep.
Like, definitely. What's the most memorable moments in the Chimera Ant arc? Kai got his head cut off. Killua goes Godspeed. Miriam fights. I forget his name. The old.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of moments, but it's not like it's just consistently like great, and especially for the length of that specific arc.
Right.
It's like you could literally just say, I like to watch these 6 episodes and let everything else slide.
Yeah.
The longest set of episodes that was good was when Miriam was learning from the little girl.
Yep, Paul. That was that. I was just gonna mention that being probably my favorite part of that arc.
Yeah, that was the most growth. That was the most interesting part for the longest amount of time.
Yep.
Other than that, everything else was moments. And this does feel like that with Yu Yu Hakusho. It feels like a bunch of moments that are good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like, because I remember the Dark Tournament, and I just hope that the Dark Tournament is like, from what I remember, consistently like good. It's
weird that this is set up to be the end of season 1 is like literally in the middle of a fight. So like if this was 1995 and that's how they ended season 1 and I had to wait whatever it was 6-7 months.
6 months.
I'd be pissed off, man. I'd be so mad.
Yeah, you also got to remember what was the production schedule like.
That's true, and that's what I have to put in perspective the time that this came out. 1995, you were not getting
that was when it ended in 1995. It started in 92.
Oh shit. Oh, 92. So you got to remember, you're not getting the storytelling of now, the storytelling that evolved over the span of fucking 2 decades, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
right.
We have to try to put that in perspective, which is a little, again, it's hard. So, forgive us for if we seem a little harsh on it right now. But I know at the start of this Dark Tournament, and we can get into that right now, this shit, the way it started, I fucking loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, like
Akudama fighting that kid, man.
so Rinku, I like him, and I was like, yo, go ahead and knock Kuwabara all the way out, bro. Just
I almost broke his neck from a kick.
knock that whole chin off.
But Kuwabara, man, he was moving with that sword and dodging them yo-yos. That shit was live. I'm like, all right, Kuwabara, that training did something for you. That shit was like, I was kind of proud for that 2 months that 2-month mini montage they gave us in 4 minutes.
Well, he also, what was cool too is that he didn't necessarily train with all of them during that time frame,
Right.
and that they said, I like that they said Kuwabara is one of those people who shines better in the moment rather than in training. Like in training, he was looking like trash, and it was like, I don't know if you'll ever be good. And in the moment, he is good because he's a more spiritual person than everyone else, right? So like he has to be in high spirits, high energy to be good at anything.
That's a good point.
And I like that difference between the characters. Now we do know that obviously the harder a scenario gets, the stronger Yusuke gets.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they said in the first 14 episodes. But we know that Yusuke has been training very hard.
Yeah.
And he is asleep right now. And when they walked up on him the one time, he responded and knocked dude all the way across the what was it, the boat?
Yeah, with the like.
He hit him with the
sleep though. He was sleep.
Yeah, threw a crazy punch. I was like, okay, bro.
And he's still talking shit in his sleep.
Man, talking about Genkai, back up, old grandma.
Kuwabara's like way the genius though for figuring out. Like, not really. It was pretty clear that's who that was. But like he was like, huh? He mentioned, Genkai, and he kind of put 2 and 2 together.
If anime wasn't like the characters wear the same clothes every day, I might have been tricked. But they wear the same clothes every day.
The same exact outfit. Except for Botan. Botan be switching it up.
Yeah, that's because Botan is a flex character. If I ever make an anime, just know my character will have a different outfit on every day.
Every time. You have to.
Everything like that, because bruh.
I mean, I'm sure it's harder for animator, especially in 92. Like, dude, I'm sure they struggle.
I'm changing the color or something.
Yeah.
My character will not be walking around in the same outfit every day.
Oh, that's funny.
Side characters, definitely. Main characters, absolutely not.
No. Overall thoughts, though, to be honest, I'm looking forward to this Dark Tournament continuing. This is kind of what I was looking forward to, probably the most in this entire watch through. But that Saint Beast shit was not my favorite moment at all.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that none of the actual fighting in this second set of 14 episodes was actually like enticing or thrilling.
True.
You knew there was something up the whole time. None of the fights felt like growth moments.
No,
they just felt like episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
But we do know that coming into the Dark Tournament is going to be a lot more active, a lot more action. So we'll see.
We'll see what's up. All right, let's get to know my check waifu. Oh shit, I'm the roller. Even though I still feel like there it is.
You got 97 questions, Polo.
97. 12.
Fuck 12.
Fuck right. 12.
What is your least favorite genre of anime? Holy shit. Let's see.
That's a good question. Least favorite genre anime.
Let's see. Browse.
Sports.
We got action, adventure, comedy, drama, ecchi, fantasy, horror, maho shoujo, mecha, music, mystery, psychological, romance, sci-fi.
Sports.
No,
I'm a liar. Because Haikyuu and Hajime changed my mind. That is not my least favorite now. My least favorite now is mecha. Yeah, mecha was always second to last, and then it was sports, but now it's mecca.
See, here's my thing though. It's like it's hard for me to choose a genre specifically I don't like. Because like I would love a good horror anime. There's just not enough of them. So if I had to say my least favorite would be horror, because it's like I can't think of a horror one that I 100% love everything about outside of like Promised Neverland.
And another. I will always fucking stand another. Another is such a good horror anime, bro.
But then I think of like mystery, and there's not a lot of mystery I like either. But then I think like Ash Lost in Space was a mystery.
Was it?
I mean, survival mystery because you didn't really know.
You're right.
It's not a mystery, but I'm gonna have to say horror. Okay,
all right. We're gonna roll into this break. Hey, I want to give a huge shout out to the person we're playing right now, Pelicano _ lo-fi on Twitter. His songs or his album, his debut album actually just hit 500,000 streams on Spotify. So I decided to celebrate that with him. We're gonna play one of his songs. Pelicano has been featured on this podcast, I believe, twice already, but we got to do it again. Show some love to Pelicano. His links is in the show notes. Make sure you check him out. Follow him on Spotify if you enjoy his music. And we'll be right back. And welcome back to my Check Waifu, brought to you by Lube Complex and Don'tTalkShop.com. Shout out to Pelicano. Massive love. Joints fire. We're gonna start off this week on the second half of the show talking about one of the shows we were probably most anticipating, other than like ReZero, and that's Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan.
It's back, baby.
It's back. Can I start this off? Because
yes, go ahead.
I just want to start this off by saying, to be honest, bro, no fucking idea what's going on. I don't remember shit from what I watched from season 3. I remember like moments of season 3, but it's been so long that I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? I kind of put 2 and 2 together after it was like kind of like progressing on, and I kind of understood it a little bit further, but I was fucking confused as shit for about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes of the entire episode.
If I'm not mistaken, how it is done in the manga is almost like, in the manga, there was a complete shift. Like, this is where this stopped, and this is where this starts. And you were like, hold up, what is going on here? So
as it was progressing, though, I felt myself like replaying back what happened at the end of season 3. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what they're doing is they're just discussing that war that they initially, that initiated pretty much all of this, from the perspective of the people that was in it and involved, because we just learned the history of the place that Aaron and them just got to. So that's what basically is happening now. And it all started to fucking pile back into my head. I'm like, oh, okay. I got you.
So to me, like, Attack on Titan has been real, right? Like, the entire series has been real. There's been some real shit going on the entire time.
Yeah.
A lot of what's going to happen. And I find it so hard to believe that this is going to be the final season, because 16 episodes is not enough.
It's only 16?
Yeah.
Yikes.
And they would need to do hour-long episodes for me to feel like this would be enough. And here's the issue. They got to do a movie.
That probably,
or 2.
You're probably right.
Because there's no way. At least, and I mean, if anyone is listening and they read Attack on Titan, let me know if they think 16 episodes is enough. But this is a series that literally releases a chapter 1 month at a time. The chapters are mad long. And I don't feel like this is applicable. I don't feel like this is going to work for 16 episodes. Especially since like it's not completely done yet.
Interesting, bro. Interesting. So you think they're going to end at the same time, maybe?
I mean, possibly. But like, we get an episode once a week. I mean, I think Attack on Titan probably be done by March in the manga. Which, this will probably be done after that. What, 4 episodes a month is 16 episodes. You got 4 months.
You don't think they're gonna split it 6 and 6 or 8 and 8? I don't know why 6 and 6.
They could.
They could pull that shit on us. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Final season part 1 and then final season part 2 type shit.
I mean, I would kind of rather take that though. Only for the fact that like I would rather them take their time to produce it.
Me too.
And make sure it follows the proper storylines, because you can't add filler to Attack on Titan.
No, you fucking can't.
That's just not a thing you can do.
Absolutely.
So, I do love this part. Like, I love that we saw essentially a new Titan form or 2.
Definitely 2.
With the Jaw Titan and the Cart Titan. And we still have more stuff to uncover in the show. I'm excited to see where it goes. I love the intro music and the outro music.
I like the outro music way better than the intro music.
The outro music was definitely way better than the intro music. I agree. But I did enjoy the intro music. It didn't feel good to me in the intro until like halfway through, and I was like, okay, I'm vibing with this.
I'm with that.
but the outro music was like on point.
Yeah,
like I was like, oh yeah, that's good. So I agree with you entirely on that.
That's crazy.
Because that's just what it is. Like, because that's exactly how I felt. Like I was like, okay, this intro is it's not what I was expecting.
And then halfway through it did pick up, and I was like, oh shit, okay,
yeah,
all right.
But in the episode, the new series, we don't see many of the characters we're used to necessarily. We see Rainer, we see Falco, which you don't know Falco. He's a newer character.
I was about to say, I have no idea who that is.
Gabby. We're going to see a lot more characters, but some of these characters are in preparation to take over as the replacing Titan. I think, did we know how Titans existed before this? Did they talk about that in season 3?
Yeah, literally the last episode, they talked about it.
Okay. So we'll see. We get to see like how the Beast Titan can transform Titans and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's dope. I'm excited for it. It's not much to spoil in this episode, though.
No, it's not much at all. I mean, minus the fact that they got the fort, which we already knew happened anyway because of history. But like, the one disappointment about this episode, is that fucking art for the Titans is atrocious. I hate that they went CG, bro. Me personally, I cannot stand that CG shit, especially from what we got from season 1 to season 3. How beautifully designed, like not necessarily how beautifully, I guess, intentionally, jarring the Titans are in that world, and how they just fit that 2D landscape so perfectly. Like, compared to this 3D bullshit, they went the Netflix route for just the Titans and just certain Titans, and it looks awful compared to what I've watched from the first 3 seasons, and it disappoints me.
So Polo said this to me before we started recording, and I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about, bro?"
It looks awful.
Because I did not agree with that. I thought the Titans looked interesting enough for me. But here's the thing: I went back and looked at like the Beast Titan doing his first throwing scene, and how
Beautiful.
He was drawn into the image, and then this new Beast Titan from this episode, and I can see the difference. A lot of the issue with CGI is the lighting effects, and it's something that is hard to pull off because it's a 3D fixture or 3D figure in a 2D landscape, and then you have to create a lighting source. But that lighting source is not going to be the same lighting source as that 2D source.
Not only just that though. You're absolutely right about that. But they
look shiny when they shouldn't look shiny.
Exactly. And it's also the fact that it's 24 frames per second. Like, anime and TV period is always shot in 24 frames per second. When you bring CG into it, think about a video game. When you see a video game in 24 frames per second, the shit looks choppy. So when you have that beautiful, smooth art that Attack on Titan is known for, that always been known for, you take that and you put a fucking Titan, which is badly lit, it looked like a clay figure, to 24 frames per second into this world. It just, the whole immersive, like, smooth shit that Attack on Titan was known for goes out the fucking window. Like, to me, it just, 24 frames per second for CGI just never will look right. Unless it's a claymation, which that should always look good.
Well, I want to know what everybody else thought about Attack on Titan. I thought it was a good episode, but
it's a great episode.
I agree with Polo with the CGI. They definitely could have kept that. They could have held that a little bit longer.
They could have just stuck with what they had. But I know it'll probably take longer. But that's fine, man. I don't care how long it'll take. Just keep it consistent. Consistency is what I like in my anime, no matter if it's the story, characters, or animation. So when you go from one thing and which Mappa, you did a fantastic job with the characters. The characters look still just as great, even though they're missing their harsher lines that they have from previous animation studios. It's fine.
They also look a lot brighter.
Yeah, don't they look?
They all look a lot brighter.
They do, but that's okay, but the CGI, I know that's probably not a decision. I don't know, man. I don't know who made that fucking decision. It's probably Netflix. Netflix like, all right, y'all gotta hurry up.
Get this season over with.
Get this season, yeah. Oh shit! But man, I liked it. I cannot wait to see more.
I'm excited too. I'm excited as hell.
We get that time skip.
I'm ready to see fucking Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron do his damn thing.
Yeah.
Be the anime Jesus we knew you could be.
The anime Jesus. He's fantastic. All right, let's go to my favorite show from 2 seasons ago, still going. It feels like that's Fire Force.
So,
how fucking wonderful is this show, bro? How fucking great.
Everybody who talk about Tamaki is just there for laughter and fodder and is not a good character. Shut up. Shut up. It's over now.
It's over. You got nothing else.
You've seen. You know what it is.
You got nothing else.
It's not happening no more. She might do the Lucky Lottery one time. One time. That's all you getting, because then she popping off on you.
Yep. She's fantastic, man. I've always
arcs.
Yeah, I know. I just loved her. I liked her character from the jump, only because like I always found her to be adorable. But this just takes the cake for me. The way she grew up, man, just basically being bullied. She's and she was bullied for reasons that she felt was necessary. It's like, yeah, like I don't offer anything to anybody, and that was like damn. So she decided that whatever they tell me I need to do, I'm gonna do it. And now, what's up?
Then she got like her fire ability.
Yeah.
Which came with that Lucky Lechery, which isn't very lucky for her.
Nope.
And it makes things worse. Yeah. Wait, she had the Lucky Lechery thing before that. She was just clumsy.
Yeah, she was just clumsy.
She fell on old girl boyfriend. Yeah. She got mad at her. Tamaki probably would have swiped dude up anyway.
True.
Oh, hating that.
They were talking about her pigtails. She's like, I like them because I think they're like floppy ears. I'm like, I just love her so much.
Yeah, like first of all, why you a hater? That's why she about to fry you anyway.
But to see yeah, go ahead.
I loved to see that they had to push her into a corner though, right?
Yeah.
Because we expected her to be pushed into a corner a little bit more when Juggernaut went through his thing. Because like that was harsh, right? Like that was ridiculous to see Juggernaut go through that. And I'm thinking like, well, Tamaki got to do something to pull it off. And she didn't. And I'm okay with that because now she kind of realizes that she didn't do shit.
Yep.
You know, like, yeah, her job to do the prayer and whatnot is important to an extent. But when it came to defending her friends and making sure they don't die, she watched people die right in front of her.
Yep.
And that drove her to say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I have to get stronger. And they gave her that reason. And now we're getting a whole training arc just to see where she starts. Not including the fact that Shinra and Arthur are about to get some training and about to be buffed up.
That made her moment in that show just as powerful as Shinra's, or just as powerful as Arthur's, because of like you said, what she went through. And man, this is what a lot of shows miss, man. If you don't have that moment that makes whatever situation that you call an ass pull viable, then it just don't feel the same, i.e. Black Clover. I know it's been a long time since we talked about this, but I think now is a perfect time to bring it up. Black Clover don't have these moments. They had a moment once maybe with Noelle, but that was it. Shit just happens now in Black Clover. But they needed this moment to be as so special, man. So special.
But the big thing I'm scared of is the next episode is the last episode of the season.
Fuck. They're gonna blue ball us to death, bro.
Right.
Straight up, man. They're gonna be
I'm pissed. Like, yo, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a good ass episode. Already. They about to bring some fucking heat. They gave us 5 seconds of rest. Said, hey, look, Shinra, Arthur, Tamaki, go get a training episode, and then it's gonna be like, oh, your training is cut short because some real motherfuckers popped up. And what do I do for a whole nother 6-8 months before I get more?
I know.
Come on, bro.
But we got shit that's supposed to replace it, and that is going to replace it. Obviously for us, it's ReZero.
ReZero. We got Attack on Titan just added to the list.
Yep. And then you got Dr. Stone coming back.
Yeah, I'm excited for Dr. Stone. I know. Well, it's the Stone War, so I think
exactly.
You don't watch.
Of course. What? No. Yeah, of course. Again, just because I wasn't excited or didn't think season 1 was that great, I don't mean I'm not looking forward to more, because I know it's gonna come. Finding the shit I've been waiting for, to be honest. And
of course, I think here's the funny thing, right? is I know this is not a Dr. Stone talk conversation, but I think here's what it is that Dr. Stone was it was supposed to be a science-based show with action like values, right? And that's where they really fail, is executing like the story around the science and the action.
Yeah. And
that's what made you so like disjointed with the series, is that like
it was a comedy.
It didn't deliver on the seriousness and the story as much. Whereas like, I'm not even gonna say the story as much, because like the overall story for that show in terms of how like his dad was and stuff like that, I thought that was really cool.
That was the only good part.
Yeah, it didn't like have like enough like traction.
No, see what it is it's literally that it feels like they tried hard to extend out to 24. You know, whatever they could do to make it 24, that's what they tried to do. So they gave us a bunch of samey moments over and over and over again until slight progression. That meant, and a lot of it just meant nothing, and it became tedious at that point. Like, you can't start off the way it started off and then literally climb the hill just to fucking take the steepest cliff, like the steepest fucking drop off of that cliff, to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of getting bored with this shit. Like, you're just doing the same things over and over. I know there's some piece of technology that we deal with now that you're going to discover a small piece of it that's going to play a slightly bigger factor in the overarching story later, right. But not like now. You're just kind of like wasting my fucking time, and that it didn't respect my time, and that's what my problem with it. I
like that analogy. I like how that sounds.
All right, let's jujitsu. I don't know why I couldn't spit that out.
So they gave us the character from last week, the young dude.
Mm-hmm. I forget his name too. Shit.
Hold up.
I don't think they said his name.
Junpei.
Yeah, Junpei.
Junpei. So his name is on Annie list.
Okay, cool.
Got it. Junpei is the character that kind of was focused around, right? Obviously, there's some bullying and whatnot going on, and we get to see kind of like his interaction with the world and his views, and him talking with the curse.
Yeah. Oof, and that curse.
Yeah. What's the curse over here?
That motherfucker something else.
Yeah, but the curse, Mahito, he is the human curse, and he's kind of like talking to him about how the spirit and the soul is shaped, and the connection. But we got the beginning of the fight with the curse and his name Kento? Kento Nanami. Yeah, that's to do with the hatchet, right?
Yeah.
We got the fight with him and with Mahito and Kento, and they do fights very well, and
it's you know what it is, bro. It's that fucking camera work.
Yeah,
like the animation wasn't that special. It was good. It was great even, But what they did with the camera work this particular episode was insane.
Angles were intense. Now, I wanted to say this. This is one of the things I want to talk about that I love that they do in this series. And he explained it in like 2 episodes ago, where they talked about why they talk about the curses. I think I might have said it before, but why they talk about their abilities to the curses or whoever they're fighting. And it's because this is a show about cursed, right? Cursed energy and stuff like that.
Curse being manifested.
Yeah, how you strengthen your abilities against others is you tell them how it works.
Yeah.
You tell them like, hey, look, if I do this, it's going to do this specific action. And it makes that known in the person you're fighting's head versus as well as yours. So it strengthens it. And I thought that was a really cool concept because it's a curse. And I'm just like, not even that, because that has nothing to do with the actual show itself. That's just like good writing.
Yeah, 100%.
In general. And that's one of the things that really draws you into the show is that like, once they kind of explain those elements to you, you kind of look at every moment in these scenarios. It's like, damn, that's.
Yeah. They thought of everything because, and you know, in normal anime, people just tell people how their power works just for the shit of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they did it,
but they didn't give us like a bullshit reason. They gave us a reason.
This is the reason why we do this, and that shit. Again, genius writing, like you said. It's so strong, man. Everything about it is so strong. But to go back to the camera work of that fight, man. Oh my God. Okay, I gotta just talk about the fact that they do weird shit with the camera that you don't even think of until you like take a step back and look at it from perspective. They go to, let's say, his hatchet, right? They go to his hatchet. They follow just the hatchet, nothing else, just the hatchet when it's slashing into whatever it's slashing into, and then they go to his ankles. They rotate the camera 360 degrees to his ankles to then shoot back up towards the hatchet again. I'm like, okay, this director, whoever had the camera for this shit is insane, man. I'm like outdone at how beautifully choreographed that shit was. And it impressed me. It impressed me a lot. I'm like, oh, this shit is wonderful. But
I'm ready to see what old dude do when he hit overtime.
Yo. He takes off the tie wrapped around his fist.
My man was like, well, I'm going into overtime now.
Yep, man.
So let me go ahead and show you, because you saw his tie had the same curse marks as his little hatchet.
Yep.
So I'm like, does that mean that he really about to release his power? And I'm also trying to figure out.
I'm getting chills just thinking about
why is everybody hiding off their power? Gojo. Gojo, he hides his power with his blindfold, and this dude suppressing his power with his tie. They scared to hurt people, like you supposed to.
They got to be, right?
I get it. I'm saying though, you better body bag these curses.
True, it's true.
We ain't playing no games with them because they ain't trying to play no games with you.
I'm impressed with the show every time. And you know what's crazy? It's like, it's not even like, I tend to forget that this is the story of what's his name? Yuji.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of these other characters be getting into crazy situations and you start to like them a lot. Like last week, I like this fucking Thai dude a lot. I'm like, oh shit, I like this guy. I like the way he's straightforward. He's straight to the point.
He don't really want action, but he don't mind bringing it to you.
Yeah, he definitely don't mind bringing it to you. And he's so unique. That's what it is. It's a bunch of unique characters that so far has been working. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be so hard to not. And
their abilities are very different. The only one who seems like he can do anything though is Gojo.
Yes,
seems like he can do whatever the fuck he wants to.
Yes, it's impressive, man. The entire show is impressive. I'm shocked. I thought this was going to be another overrated God of High School situation when we first started. Thank God I was wrong.
I'm excited about this, and I'm ready for season 2 of Tower of God.
Yes. Yes, man. Yes.
Oh, man.
Tower of God need to come back. I'm ready for that time skip. I'm ready to go back to reading it again. That's what I need to do. You know what we should do for real?
But
because we keep hearing, I know you keep hearing it too, because I keep hearing it. Let's read Solo Leveling.
okay.
Let's do it, bro. I think it'll be worth it. I think we should see what's up. I'm gonna try to like for real read it. We should like set aside some chapters to read and then stop at that point.
Like 15 chapters or something like that, 10
Yeah.
15 chapters. And then we review it for the next podcast.
Yeah, I'm down.
Sounds good.
Let's do that. So we're gonna start Solo Leveling. And we're gonna talk about that probably at the beginning of next week's show, or in the first half of it. Because I'm super interested in that show, because that and Chainsaw Man are supposed to be the next ones that's possibly getting animated.
Chainsaw Man is really good.
Yeah. Really.
I haven't gotten too far into it. I'm only like 10, 15 chapters in. It's good.
Every time I see like art from it, I'm not impressed. But then again, I know nothing about the story or anything that's going on in that world. So
Phantom's here.
Yeah.
Fucking gold so far.
You still rocking with that one?
Goodness gracious, bro. Yes. I 100% believe once this shit gets animated, it's shooting to the fucking top.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. So you think it's going to get animated?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's only a few chapters in, and it's 100% worth being animated already.
All right.
100%.
I'm down for that.
And I guarantee you gonna like the main character, but he's gonna get on your nerves. Because he don't want to be a hero. He don't want to be helpful. He just want to not do that shit, but he ain't got no choice.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, I think that'll be a wrap, right?
All right. So we just finished talking about Jujutsu Kaisen. Also, tune in next week because we're gonna start Solo Leveling. If y'all haven't read it, read along with us. We also talked about Fire Force and all its greatness. Y'all can get off Tamaki back because she ain't trying to hear it no more. Attack on Titans, like I said, is raining Titans. Are y'all excited for its return? Are y'all excited for its end? Let us know what you think. Then we had our break with Pelicano and his massive love. Show Pelicano some massive love on his streams. He had 500,000 on his album. And then we also had Mic Check Waifu, or get to know Mic Check Waifu. It was your least favorite anime genre. Let us know what yours is. Season 1 of Yu Yu Hakusho, we've completed season 1. Y'all excited for season 2, the Dark Tournament. Polo talked about our last crusade with the demon. He's not a demon level villain. He's just a demon. That's his actual title.
Yeah.
Ask Twitter questions. Don't forget, every Sunday, shoot us your questions. Noblesse. I'm rocking with it. Polo, not yet. One of these years. Higurashi. Yo, I'm mad confused. Like, I think I'm confused, and I think I'm not confused, and I think I'm confused. We're going to figure it out. Polo also is watching The Day I Became a Guy. He said it's wholesome, and he loves it. But we don't know what the future of this show is. We can't see the ending of it because it's the end for us, too. Akudama Drive, I think it's a disappointment. Polo is not disappointed because this is what he expected from it. I just wanted more since y'all was hyping it up on the timeline. Let us know what you think of this episode of Mic Check Waifu, episode 78. Polo.
I'm Matt Polo, Born Fly on all social media.
And I'm at King Teliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mic Check.
Yep.
予行練習なんて全部嘘 You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu.